Hi, and welcome to the Level 3 division video. Here we're going to jump into decimal division, where we're going to encounter numbers that are less than 1 and greater than 0. Just like we did in the decimal multiplication video, once we choose the unit rod, we need to determine this pointer number n value to know where to place our first quotient answer digit. And so we're going to use this same technique of counting digits based on whether they're whole or mixed numbers. If so, we only count the whole part of the number and assign it a positive value. If it is a purely decimal number, we only count the zeros between the decimal and the first non-zero digit and assign it a minus value. So where this is a little different than multiplication is the formula for n. So here for division, we count the number of dividend digits and then subtract the quantity of the divisor digits we counted minus 1. And again, we'll follow the convention of assigning the unit rod the n value of +1. So I'm going to jump into the second example on this PDF file. You're certainly more than welcome to work out any of the other examples, but let's take a look at this second example. Okay, here we're going to calculate n by first looking at the dividend 3.2321. Since this is a mixed number, we'll only count the whole part. So there's one digit, the 3, and so we assign it a value of 1. And then the divisor, again, is a mixed number. We count the 2 digits of the whole part, the 3 and the 9, and assign it a value of 2. So plugging it into our formula for n, we have 1 minus 2 minus 1, which is 0. However, we also notice that the first digit of the divisor is the same as the first digit of the dividend, both 3. So we're going to have to compare the first two numbers and move our n value one more rod to the right. So we're going to move from 0 to minus 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our division process. Here I have my dividend on the soroban, and I'm going to choose this rod as my quotient unit rod. So I'm going to place my first quotient value at minus 1. So here's 0 minus 1. And since we're comparing 39 to 32, I'm going to place 9 as my first guess. So I'm going to take 9 times 3, which is 27, and subtract it from the 32 on the dividend. So I'll subtract 27 like that. Okay. And then we quickly notice that for the second digit of the divisor, multiplying 9 times 9, I get 81, but I can't subtract it from the 53 on the dividend, so that means that my first guess was too large. So I'll have to reduce it by 1 and then add back 3 times 1, which is 3 on the dividend. Okay, so now I can complete that subtraction. I'm going to do 8 times 9, which is 72, and I can subtract that from this 83, so I'll subtract my 72 like that. Okay, continuing on, we'll do 8 times 8, which is 64, and subtract that from the 112 on the dividend. Okay, so to subtract the 64, we go like that. Okay, so far so good. now we're going to compare the divisor 3 to the 4, and we're going to put our second quotient digit at -2, and we're going to put a 1 there. So then we'll subtract 3 times 1, which is 3, from the 4 on the dividend. And then we'll subtract 1 times 9, which is 9, from the 18. And we'll do that like that. Okay, continuing on, we'll subtract the 1 times 8, which is 8, from the 91. And we'll do that like that. Okay, so we're going to round our quotient answer to 3 digits. So far our answer is 0.081, but we need to know this 4th digit in order to determine if we need to round up or down for this final answer. So we're going to continue the process, and let's look at 3 into 8. And so for this 4th quotient digit, we're going to put a guess of 2 in there. And so 2 times 3 is 6, and we'll subtract the 6 from the 8 like that. And then we will do the 2 times 9, which is 18. We'll subtract that from this 23. So we'll subtract the 18 like that. Okay, and then we have 2 times 8, which is 16, that we will subtract from the 50 that is on the soroban. So subtracting the 16, we have this on remainder of the dividend. But we can stop our process here because we now know that the 4th digit of our answer is a 2. So therefore we won't have to round up the 1 for a final answer. So our final answer will simply be 0.081, and we don't need this 2 as our answer to 3 significant digits. So I hope you were able to follow along with all of that, and certainly you're more than welcome to go through the other examples in the PDF file, and good luck with your training.